Ali and hello everyone. Today we will be presenting our lesson plans for language arts and math. We'll be sharing the following in our presentation: standards and objectives, strategies, assessments, accommodations and modifications for specific learners and resources. Our lesson plan is for first grade English and it is targeted for first quarter. In this lesson, students will be utilizing and engaging in independent and collaborative activities that align with Palau Ministry of Education and Common Core State Standard. Palau MOE Standard 1. Read a wide range of Palauan language texts with understanding and fluency. Objective 1.2.1. Use emergent writing skills, images, scribble writing, forming upper and lowercase letters to represent their ideas. Common Core Standard. Demonstrate command of the conventions of standard English grammar and usage when writing or speaking. For our students-friendly objectives, students will be able to understand and demonstrate how to write uppercase and lowercase letters, recite alphabets and associate sounds with the letters with at least 80% to 85% accuracy, recite alphabets in their right order, associate letters with sound, demonstrate correct strokes on writing uppercase and lowercase letters alphabets, and identify and write the first letter of the picture.
Teacher will do the anticipatory set by activating students' prior knowledge by using alphabet brainstorming. Alphabet brainstorming helps to structure students' brainstorming by asking them to generate ideas that begin with the letter of the first alphabet. Call out the student's name, especially the quiet ones. Wait for the student's response. Praise the student by saying their names. Then inform the students that they'll be watching a short video on ABCs. As part of their warm-up, teacher will play a video on how to associate letters with sounds. Student will stand up, dance, and sing along with the video. Then the teacher will ask follow-up questions after watching the video clip. Before proceeding with the lesson, students will recite their I can statements. Technique 1. In this technique, teacher will inform the students that they will be playing a game called I Spy. The teacher will group the students into 3 groups. 4 students in a group before proceeding to the instructions of the game. In the game, the teacher will say, I spy something with my little eye, something that begins with the letter A. The students will look around the classroom to look for objects that begins with the letter A. Each student will assign a member to say the word. Each word group member will take turns to answer. The group who guessed many words win. After the students are done with the game, teacher will assign them to do the activity. In this activity, teacher will instruct to the students to sound the first letter out loud before proceeding to the matching alphabet activities. For technique 2, teacher will be demonstrating the strokes for each letter on easel using easel sheet protector. Here are the steps teachers will do. Inform the students about the writing steps. Show demonstration on a chart paper using an easel and sheet protector for each letter. Remind them to always start from the top to the bottom, from left to right by following numbers and arrows. After demonstration, teacher will play a short video clip on writing strokes for more understanding. After the video, the teacher will assign the students to do the line activity. All drawing and handwriting of letters and numbers is produced by a series of strokes that form curved and straight lines in different directions, which are linked together to form patterns, shape, letters, and numbers. Assess for understanding by doing the tracing line activity. For our formative assessment, we use guided practice, checking for understanding, and independent practices for slow learners, mid-level learners, and high-performing students. The accommodation and modifications are for students who are ESL learners, receiving services from special education, and gifted students. The teacher will highlight important words and phrases and offer one-on-one instructions. Directly teach skills that involve specific steps that needs to be executed in a specific order. Demonstrate the skill. Provide opportunities for students to learn to the level of automaticity. When using the inquiry approach to teaching a skill, provide students with examples organized in categories. Use simulations to provide opportunities for students to identify strategies for executing and practicing the skill. Plan mass practice in the learning cycle and distributed practice over time. Accommodation for gifted students. Encourage independent students in investigation. Ask high order thinking questions. Invite a student to explore a different point of view and compare and contrast. And assign extra activity for gifted students.
In this lesson, students will be utilizing, enriching, and engaging independent and collaborative activities that align with the Ministry of Education and Common Core state standards to gain an understanding of the concept of geometry and how they will be able to use the geometry skills they learn to demonstrate understanding in analyzing geometric situations, characteristics, relationships. The math lesson is based on Palawan Math Objective 4.7.1, which is aligned with MOE standard and the Common Core State Standard 4.g.1. In this lesson, students will be able to identify points, lines, including parallel and perpendicular lines, line segments, and rays in two-dimensional figures. Draw points, lines, including parallel and perpendicular lines, line segments, and rays in two-dimensional figures. Demonstrate understanding in analyzing geometric situation. Students will complete this task with 80 to 85% accuracy. For anticipatory set, teacher will group students into 5 groups for students in each group. List all the words that will be used in this lesson on a post-it. Post 5 chart papers on the wall. Stick each word on the chart paper. Let each member assigned by the group draw a picture of each word. Each group will assign a member of their group to draw a picture for each word. Each group will observe the other teams to see if they drew the picture right. For Technique 1, teacher will ask questions related to the video clip they watched during warm-up. Video clip about points, lines, line segments, and rays. Use pictures and drawings to enhance their knowledge. Teacher will explain in Palawan and pause to ask questions that relate to the lesson in the clip. Accommodations for slow learners. Assign the students to do the following activity. For Technique 2, teachers will show short video clips on YouTube for parallel lines and perpendicular lines and angles. Teacher will pause the video and ask questions related to the video clip. use models and examples, pictures, assign vocabulary activities. For formative assessment, the students will be playing an online vocabulary math game on Kahoot that was created to assess the vocabulary that was used in the whole lesson. After the students are done with the vocabulary game and the Kahoot, the students will be doing learning goal sheet. This is to check the students' understanding from the beginning of the lesson to the end.
The accommodations and modifications are for students who are ESL learners, receiving services from special education, and gifted students. Teachers will use an instructional sequence that allows for multiple exposures to new words or phrases in multiple ways. Provide students with brief explanations or descriptions and non-linguistic representation of the word. Ask students to generate their own conversation and non-linguistic representation of the word. Ask students to review their definition periodically to check for accuracy. Engage students in vocabulary words. Identify the important details that students should learn about. Provide students with a dramatic representation of important details and demonstrate the skills. Accommodations for gifted students. Encourage independent studies and investigation. Ask higher order thinking questions. Invite the students to explore different point of view and compare and contrast. And assign extra activities. For students who are receiving accommodation and modifications, teacher can use visuals to teach vocabulary words to them. For practice, teacher will ask students to show lines, raised and parallel, and perpendicular lines by using different color markers.
Listed are the instructional materials, both visuals and audio visuals, that were used in both English and math lesson plans to help the teacher simplify the lesson. Using different resources, materials allows learners to have practical experiences, which will help them to develop skills, concepts, and to work in variety of ways. Our reference is research-based strategies for increasing student achievement by Dean C. B. Hubble, E. R. Pitler, H. and Stone B. 2012. Classroom Instruction that Works. Research-based strategies for increasing student achievement, 2nd edition. We would like to thank all the stakeholders from both University of Guam and Palau Ministry of Education for this opportunity to pursue our education, which will have great impact in professional development. We would like to thank Dr. Genevieve Leon Correro and Chief Lucia Tabalwal for their instructions, advice, and support.